Have you ever wondered what makes their back office so brutally efficient? In those companies, no one wastes time wondering whether a project is worth it, simply because they already know it by the exact time it hits their desk. Now let's say you run a company with more than 10 employees. You are probably still evaluating all those deals by hand, one by one. And here's the part you absolutely can't afford to miss if you're serious about growing your business in the next few years. Unprofitable projects won't be your biggest problem, because the real problem runs much deeper. Right now, you are paying smart people to babysit decisions which honestly should have been filtered out in 5 seconds. The good news, it's fixable and much easier than you think. Because look at this, you hired expensive people you absolutely trust to grow your business, and they are stuck because they're reviewing attachments, jumping between PDFs, Excel sheets, different CRMs, trying to figure out if some deal is worth a deeper look. Let's be honest, that's not strategy. It's basically digital janitor work. And it's eating your week one quick review at a time. And you've seen it a lot of times. Someone sends a message like, "Hey, can we quickly hop on the call with this one?" And just like that, half of your team's week goes down the drain. 4 calls, 5 documents, 12 emails, and in the end, you decide to pass. That's not decision making. To be honest, that's just slow bleeding. Let me give you a real example. Mid-sized B2B service company. 100 inbound opportunities a month, but they only had capacity to take 10. So they needed to be pretty selective, meaning pick the best, drop the rest. But here's the catch. They had 2 full-time employees whose entire job was to review those 100 deals, one by one. Open the email, check the attachment, score it manually in a spreadsheet, forward to someone, wait for comments, and then schedule a call. Over and over. Every single month. For them, that was almost $10,000 every month, just to decide what not to do. And the most crazy part is that they didn't even realize it, because they were optimizing for thoroughness. Not speed, not leverage, and definitely not cost per decision. So, what finally pushed them over the edge? It wasn't a lost client. Also, it wasn't the team burning out, because they were already used to that. It was one sentence from the ops lead on a random Tuesday. We just spent 2 weeks evaluating and we didn't even greenlight a single thing. Meaning no output and 2 essentially worthless salaries during the 16 work days. And that's actually when it hit them. They realized that it needs to change. So here's what they ended up doing. They didn't rebuild their operations. They didn't hire consultants. They just connected the dots with one small layer of AI. They applied the exact same logic they used manually. Volume, margin, red flags, deal velocity. It was all turned into a decision model. Simple, safe and transparent, but most importantly, fast and efficient. Now this AI does almost all of their work. It scores every deal based on what actually matters, then flags only the top 10% for review and completely ignores the rest. And what used to take 2 full-time people now takes only under 2 hours a week. Of course, the team still has to make the final call, but their efficiency has skyrocketed through the roof. They figured out how to use AI very responsibly. And just because of that, they are saving up to $9,000 every month. Of course, not to mention the profits they wouldn't have made because of human error. If you're wondering how AI can be used to your advantage in your company, feel free to fill out a quick form in the description of this video.